Would you like to add anything into just that story of how you're you climb the ranks?
Well, just to hit on that point too, like Grant was never the type where he was like, sit down and let me teach you, how to do a deal or how to do multifamily. I'll just add this, when I got heavy in the properties, I got on these calls and I was learning from all the property managers and the regional managers and the really, really smart people in the real estate. When it comes to lending, Grant put me around a bunch of bankers and a bunch of brokers. And so I had to learn the lingo. So everything, David, that you were mentioning, like in real estate, there's different buckets, right? You got to find a deal and you have to get with the brokers who are selling the deals. Grant put me into the wolf, to the cage, and I learned the lingo and I learned the relationships because you're so right. Like you can't build these relationships by yourself. You have to get around people who already have the relationships. And then you actually, by association, you become very powerful because you now have the relationships because you get spooled up quicker. Same thing with debt, same thing with property management companies, same thing with all of this stuff in real estate. So I just think that, for me, I understood that I wasn't going to go back to Grant and say, hey, Grant, what can you teach me? I would always go back to Grant, David, and say, what's next? What do you want me to help you? Can I take off your plate? What's next? And he loved that. I'm always a guy who likes and wants more responsibility. I just kept going back because my bandwidth is there. Like I have bandwidth, right? Like I'm like, we're at 12,000 units. We have office, we have multifamily. I'm like, what's next? I think a lot of us get bogged down in like, oh, well, this is a problem, but this is a problem. Leaders have solutions. Non-leaders have problems. And for me, I always wanted to come back to Grant with a solution.
Well, we've kind of highlighted a lot of the skills that you said transferred over, but one thing that we haven't really mentioned is that you are now the EVP of Cardone Capital nowadays.